Carly. We'll give it a minute. Let folks join. It didn't let me put in a little title or anything beforehand, so anyway, maybe y'all know that I'm gonna be live anyway. Hey, hi Michelle. Hey Jenny. Heidi's here. I'm so excited you guys are here. Yay for Friday. I have some things we can chat about. And it's a possibility that we might get interrupted by FedEx. We have something out for delivery that requires a signature, and so, you know, it's possible. The door could knock and Charlie could bark a lot. So I hope you're prepared for that. I know, Carly, can you even believe it is a month away? Like, we feel like we've waited forever. Jennifer's here. Hi, hon. Gina's in the house. What's up, girl? Hi. So many friends. Sorry, I'm gonna try to not be distracted by looking outside. I'm gonna try. I know, I'm so ready. I have my table situation all figured out. Everything's ordered, everything's all set up. I have my sample, and I have a couple of extra things to make for Cutie Camp, and then I am going to take a picture of it and pack it all away. And yeah, it is so hot. It is 97. It'll be creeping up to like 102 today, I think. I feel so bad. Gibson works at a auto shop, so he's outside in the heat, sweating, working hard. All good. Yes, very, very warm. I wanted to talk about some summer things since it's hot and the kids are, Gina was right, the kids are out of school. Like, it's summer, it's officially summer, and I'm wearing merch. I'm wearing this is a shirt that I designed last summer for issue number 19 when I started doing merch. I think this was my second issue that we were doing merch with. I think, pretty sure. I know, Carly, he is a champ. Like, he's a champ. He hates it. Like, he loves doing it, but he hates being in the heat. He's like, why do I do this to myself? I'm like, well, this is your skill, buddy. Oh, I would love a 75-degree day. Oh my gosh. I would love that. I wanted to, real quick, just say thank you. Like, if anybody's here that ordered stamps from me this week, I am so grateful, you guys. Oh my gosh. I love that you love the stamps so much. They were definitely fun to make. They were fun to do videos and graphics and fun projects, and I've loved seeing what my team has done with them. Those girls are so dang creative. If you're not following along with the magazine team, definitely do that. When I have, even though they're technically magazine team, when I have stamp releases and other releases, they're obviously the ones that are gonna help out with that as well and get the product ahead of time and stuff. Yes, Heidi, you have to have all the stamps. They're so fun. They're so fun. So just thank you. There's still plenty available. So just, if you have, you know, a desire to get any of them, if you don't even know what I'm talking about, you can head to my profile or my feed, and you can see the 2 new stamps that I released for June. Yep, I just released them yesterday. Yes, they are a very talented bunch of girls. I love them. They're so good. I wanted to also just quickly talk about issue number 25 dates. The pre-order closed on Tuesday. That was the last day to pre-order the stamp or the physical magazine. But if you ordered, or if you're a sub, I'm going to start shipping on the 27th. I believe that's the day. Is that the day? Yeah, 27th. It's a Monday, and that way everything will hopefully be to you close to the 1st. That's always my That's always my goal. I want you guys to have the physical magazines by the time that everything kind of releases in the shop. So that's always my goal. And the release date is the 1st. Sometimes like the 1st falls on a Friday. So it'll probably release that day. Sometimes I release them a day early, but we see how it goes. We just kind of roll with it. Oh, we have new friends. Awesome. Okay, so, and then release date on the 1st, that means there's going to be the physical magazine, the digital magazine, the physical stamp, whatever's in stock of that. And then merch will be available as well. There's new merch coming out, of course, to coordinate with issue number 25. So always excited about that. Thank you so much. This is a hair color that I have stuck with for like probably 15 years. And I love it. It's like bright enough. I sometimes wish it was a little brighter, but when I get into the sun, it like pops. But yeah, it's my favorite. I cannot get a hairdresser to mimic this color. This is totally out of a box. And it works. And yes, I do color my own hair. I don't cut my own hair. I actually used to cut my own hair when I had hair this short, and it was a little shorter. It was more of a pixie where it was like real short and it was like spiky in the back. I could easily just like chop, and the messier it was, the more cool it was. So yeah, I used to cut my own hair. I do cut my own bangs when they need to be trimmed. And actually, after I got my hair cut by Jenny, after I got my hair cut, I washed it and styled it on my own. And then I came through and like texturized some of it to thin it out even more, because I have a lot of hair and I have very, very, very thick hair. So she can thin and thin forever, and it still feels like it's too much hair. Mandy joined. Thank you for being here, friend. Exactly. You save money for crafts. Exactly. Because coloring your hair is really expensive. And then you got to keep up on it. Like when my roots start to grow out, I'm very, very gray. Like I'm about 50% gray naturally. So, and I'm only 42. But I've been like that since I was in my mid-20s. Yeah. Okay, so I also wanted to talk a little bit about some crafting things. We can talk about hair and all that stuff. Now my dog needs to go out. So I'm going to just excuse myself for 1 second and let her out. But I'm still with you. This is what you get when you're at home and you want to do a live. You still have life to live. So yeah, dog's out. We're good for a little bit. I wanted to talk about summer crafty plans, because in typical like crafty person world, a lot of things happen in the summertime. Like you're going on trips and you're taking a lot of pictures, your kids are doing things, extracurricular stuff. Like there's just a lot that goes on. And then I think we also tend to put a little bit of pressure on ourselves to keep up on our crafting and do extra projects. Like there's a lot of camps and extra things that come up, and we want to join those things and we want to be involved. And I have made the personal decision to not join any, like, no mini books, no mini projects, no off projects, because I already feel like it's kind of hard enough to keep up on just personal stories and keeping up on my photos and keeping up with monthly family documenting, that I just feel like I don't want to add on my plate during the time when, like, I'd rather be kind of doing other things, like outside or roller skating or, you know, doing other things besides just like printing photos and crafting. Like I want to do that stuff, and of course, but I just don't want to put extra pressure on myself to do all these extra projects because I don't finish them. I don't know about you guys, but like I had so many unfinished projects, so many, and a ton of them came around this time. Like, I wanted to be involved in so many different things. I even told myself, I will participate, but I will do the project in a format that I already do, or I'm going to incorporate it somehow, but it just never ends up like that. You always feel like, oh, well, I should make a mini book for this. And it just adds on. So Jenny knows what I'm talking about. Jen knows what I'm talking about. It is the FOMO. It's like, you want to be involved, and you do. I mean, we're like community based, and that's what we want to do. I'm just here to like encourage you that you don't have to do that, and you could try to participate in other ways. Like, let me give you an example. Last week was Crafty Me Set Sail and Sticker. That's Kelly Bangs and Paula G, and they did this whole like virtual cruise. It's their 3rd annual one. And see, look at Paula just joined. And hi, sweetheart, I was just talking about you. Well, I'm just about to talk about you. So I love being part of Crafty Me events. Like, I love being part of anything that Paula and Kelly do forever. But I knew it. I was not going to be able to physically participate in the things that were going on. So I made the decision early on, and thankfully I, was able to kind of like keep with that decision. I didn't print a thing. I didn't do any of the projects, but I joined the lives. I hung out with the babes, like all the cuties were doing all kinds of really fun things, and I was enjoying myself just being there. And I had to be okay with that, because I knew I wasn't going to be able to manage all these new additional projects. So that was a decision that I made. I still got to participate. So I just wanted to encourage you that, if you still feel like you want to support people in the community, there's ways to do that by participating and not necessarily putting the burden on yourself of having to physically do all the things. Like Mandy's just going to do Week in the Life, and we have to pick and choose the things that fit into what we're already doing, and what we can really realistically handle. And if you don't have a problem with unfinished projects, then like join all of the things. Like do everything. Start a project and it ends up where it ends up. But I just don't like starting things and then letting them sit. So that's just my little piece of advice for the FOMO things. Like, pay the money to join the class, and then just, join the classes. Like, take the classes. You don't have to physically do anything with them. I feel like I'm just repeating myself, but exactly. I don't have the space to store all that stuff either. And that's what kind of drove me to this decision last year. Although at the beginning of the year, I said that this is what I was going to do. And then what happened in June is like, I'm like, well, I'm going to make a summer book, and I'm just going to put my summer memories in there. And then I'm going to do this tag book for friends. And then I'm going to do this book for the Kelly Bangs team retreat. And then I'm going to I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Exactly. Just showing up is super important. It's very supportive for people who are doing the thing. You know what I mean? It's not like we're like fishing for an audience, but we love the interaction, and that's what it's about. It's really about the community and the interaction, and the printables and the projects are fantastic. But you got to make a decision for yourself. That's all I'm saying. So I just wanted to say that in light of that, my crafty plans for the summertime are to do exactly what I've been doing all year, which has been totally working out. I have basically 3 formats that I'm working in, and essentially it's just kind of 2 projects. So ongoing, I have my 8.5 by 11 family album, and this is a monthly, and so can't show you that one. Almost spilled the beans. So like, this is 1 month spread, and for me, this is working out really, really well. I'm loving this size for these types of memories. They're easy to jot down little things that the family has done. And it's 1 page for the month, and I'm like, whew, I'm done. It's awesome. And because I just don't have like tons of family stuff. You know, when you've got adult kids and teenage kids, it's like they don't show up in the photos. So, yes, exactly, Paula, because like if you've got to downsize or if you have a limited space, I mean, I don't know how long you all have been following me, but I have had a small space forever. I've never had a room to myself. I've never had much space at all. I've always had to like really keep an eye on what I bring in, and like I can't do physical projects that are like make a paper mache head and then store it on your desk. Like I don't have room for that. Like I literally don't have room for 3D projects or anything. Like it has to be on a piece of paper. It has to be stored flat in order to live in here. It can be, I think Charlie wants back in. Yeah, hold on one second. She's had enough of the heat. And we're back. So I love little teeny tiny projects that I can try to work into my own formats. So like there's definitely ways to utilize product that comes in from these types of classes or adventures or, you know, online things that we do. Oh my gosh, Kelly's here. Kelly's here. Hi, sweetheart. Oh, thank you, Paula. You're the best. So I just wanted to kind of encourage you to make things work in a way that fits with your style, your lifestyle, your space. You know, you don't have to do everything, but you can still be involved. And there's a good balance there. I'm sure that everybody will find their own balance. But just like a little, hey, sis, you got this. It's all legit, Paula. I know. It's like I get so inspired when I see all these cool things that everybody does and can think of. And I just have to go, okay, how do I modify that for myself? And it is very much part of my personality to kind of like go rogue and do my own thing with stuff like this. And if that's not your thing, if that's not your way, then you just need to figure out how it can work for you. So yeah, just a little encouragement there. So my other projects, oh my gosh, Carly, you're adorable. Thank you. My other projects are just basically personal photos. So we're talking, selfies, outfits, the food I eat, things that happen for me during the week, like my plants and my dog and, that kind of stuff. I started a hashtag me and my week. So when I take selfies and then I make these lists of like things that are happening during the week or things I'm looking forward to, those are the kinds of things that I'm including in my personal pages. Yes, I am the rogue queen. Especially if you tell me you have to do it a certain way. I'm gonna be like, no, let's talk about that. But I'm still madly in love with my fringe notebooks. I actually just found, I cleaned out my, no, I don't have a TJ Maxx. What do I have? I have a Marshalls. I have a Marshall and a Marshalls. I cleaned out my Marshalls and I found this lemon one. Isn't it so cute? It's so cute for summer. And my current one is getting a little on the chunky side. So I've got about that much left. I probably will use maybe a quarter more of that because, it's getting a little thick. So I'm probably going to be ready to start a new one. And yeah, it's just the best. But again, you can use any notebook, honestly. There is nothing special about a fringe notebook other than they're cheap, like they're $7 for this gigantic notebook. The size works really great for unpocket pages because it's just a little bit bigger than 6x8. And it's kind of like a treasure hunt to find some cool covers. This is probably my favorite cover. They usually have like sayings on them like dream your dreams or something, and that just doesn't really resonate with me, so sometimes I'll cover them. Yes, Marshalls is always a good score for me. Home Goods is a hit or miss for me, and Ross is a never. I've been to TJ Maxx's. I don't have one local to me, but I've been to other TJ Maxx's and they have always been good too. We really have, Paula. Oh my gosh, the creative memory. I never did get into it because I had already been like traditional scrapbooking at that point and I couldn't afford the creative memories albums. I was just scrapbooking on like colored cardstock and, you know, cheap supplies and stencils that I could use all over the place to cut my photos out in butterfly shapes. So yeah, I feel like we need to do like a in honor of the memory lane stamp that just released in my shop. I feel like we need to start a thread somewhere with like our first scrapbook page, because I definitely know which one mine is, and it is atrocious with a capital A. It's really bad. But I was telling stories and being creative, and I was 19 when I started scrapbooking, like legit scrapbooking, like consistently. So yeah, Kelly, they really needed to come with instructions. My first 12 by 12 album was like the post bound kind, where, you know, you had your full 12 by 12 sheets, but like the binding had the two posts where you had to like screw the front to the back, and they always fell apart because my albums got so big and heavy that they'd always bust. So I still have all of those too. Okay, and then the other format that I have gotten back into is the 6 by 8. If you followed me since way before, I have been a 6 by 8er for a really long time, really long time. But my magazine's just shipped. What? So exciting. I've loved also the, did you ever use funny shape scissors? Oh yes, absolutely. All the funky deco scissors. Yes. Yes, and you could never tighten the post tight enough. I know, they would always just fall apart. I mean, those scissors are actually still pretty cool. To be honest with you, I think I maybe still have the scallop one and the postage stamp one. My mom and I would share a lot of craft supplies back in the day because, well, we lived in the same town, and whenever we scrapbooked together regularly. So we would, like, the things like the Cricut we shared wooden stamps because they were expensive. Anything that was kind of on the pricey side, we would share them, because we'd always be crafting together anyway. And then sometimes I'd be like, hey, I'm going to come, get some of the supplies that she had at her house or whatever. So, but, I think we purged them a long time ago. But I was like, I think these two are still very, they're still very relevant. Like, you can still cut things out like that. You guys, our comments are going really fast. Let me see. Hey, you know what, Paula? If you still use them, that is way better than me. Purged them. A lot of my photos are cut with them as well. Yep, just for decoration. Yeah, the postage stamp one was really, it still is cool because we've got a lot of die cuts that like the vintage thing is in. So you could take a ticket and like totally use it to punch you could use it right on that edge right there. It'd be perfect. So anyway, I'm back in 6 by 8 as well, but not plastic. I'm not using pockets. I'm still doing unpocket pages inside of my 6 by 8 and having a blast. I just cut my own paper. So I made myself a little template. I made myself this template out of you know how when you get paper packs from, or when you buy loose paper from scrapbook.com and they back it with the cardboard? I just trimmed it out and then I put my measurements there. And so then when I need to cut my paper out, I just use the same paper that I use for printables. I use my 80-pound cover stock that I love from Hammermill. And I just trim it out. And then I use I'll use the edges for like stamping off, or I'll use them to matte photos or whatever, so I don't toss the stuff, the stuff I cut off. I know, I don't like that I cut my photos out in shapes. Like, I did have a Disneyland page where my parents took my sister and I to Disneyland when we were 15, and like I cut myself out in the shape of a butterfly, and I'm just like, why did I do that? I'm like in front of the castle and I cut myself out in the shape of a butterfly. Like, what in the world? Like, why? Makes no sense. But that's just what we did. That's what we did. I mean, in 20 years, are we going to look back at the things that we did and be like, why did you layer so many darn things on top of one another? Like, are we going to say that? Maybe. I don't know. Oh, hey, Sandy's here. What's up, girl? Oh, Kyrie's here too. I just saw your name. I see you, girl. Okay, so summer plans is like, I'm just going to do the same things that I've been doing because it's been working really well. I feel like I can keep up. I'm never, I think it's a misconception of people being current. If you're current in your scrapbooking, then you're probably dead because you're living and you're making memories and you're going to print them out in the future. So, yep, the construction paper, I know, it was weird. Everything was so weird. I'll have to share. We'll have to do like some sort of thread somewhere. We need to bust out our old scrapbooks for sure. We lost the backgrounds. We really did. I was like, I trimmed myself out a lot so that I had like a no background situation. Like, that was not good. I was not nice to my photos, you know, like you print the photos back then. They were digital. Like we took them with the digital camera, like in my teenage years and my adult years. But yeah, everything was very cringy, but we thought we were like the coolest. We really did. So I'm excited about summer. I'm excited about just like not having to deal with Marshall being in school and managing his weeks. If you don't know, we homeschool Marshall, and while his classes and everything are all online, I don't physically like teach him his lessons. I was his like time manager. So I knew all of the things that we would do during the week, and I would like plan it out, you know, so I don't have to do that anymore. I'm grateful for that. And so what are we talking about here? What will we think? Exactly. We will probably go, what the heck were we thinking? Why did you use so many dang hearts to fill white space? That was a nod for Kelly and Paula. They both know how we all feel about that. Okay, what else? Okay, I'm caught up. I'm caught up on comments. I also wanted to talk about style and like finding your style and having something that works for you and gets you loving being in your crafty space and that you look forward to stuff. Oh, Susan, thank you so much. It's very short. It's very short. I love it. I love my hair this short. It's like my favorite. It is a little thick. Like I do need to get rid of some more of it, but we're working on it. We are working on it. So just a little encouragement to, it is so fun to be inspired by other people. Oh, bye, Gina. Thanks for showing up and hanging out. Thank you. It's been a long time of like, I'm inspired by things and I want to try new things, but then I try them and I'm like, oh, that doesn't work. That's not me. I don't like that. In case you weren't here early, there's a potential that I'm going to be interrupted by FedEx and that the dog's going to like go nutso when they come to the door because it requires a signature. But hopefully we won't be here for much longer. But I did just want to say that it is super encouraging seeing everything that's out there. And it's so fun to try new things. And I really encourage you to try something. If you've never tried mixed media, like try it, see if you like it. If you've never really been comfortable, like layering and doing like die cut layering and different textures and stuff, like try it, see if you like it. But you'll know, I just feel like you'll know if you want to continue doing that or not. It took me a long time. I would always be like, oh, I'm supposed to put all kinds of stuff on my page. I need to keep adding things. And I would add and add and add. And everything I added felt less and less like me. And so then I started paring back and like pulling back on it and being like, okay, this is enough for me. Like when I stop right here, this feels good. So to me, that took a long time for me to realize that I didn't have to do all of the things that everybody else was doing. I could keep it simple and still, no, Kelly, you know that is never going to happen. Never, ever, ever is that going to happen. Yeah, glitter is not my friend. I do not like it, but I will try lots of other things. I have a drawer full of texture, and Chandel encourages me frequently to add texture. I love to sew. I love to stitch on my layouts. It's just little things like that that can add, nothing about glitter, Paula. Absolutely nothing. Kelly is just, suggesting that I add glitter to my layouts because it's not my thing. And no, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Not even glitter stickers. Not a chance. Anything that has glitter on it goes immediately in the trash. Because I don't like the glitter on my hands or on my like pieces of glitter on my desk. Like no, it's a big no for me. One time, Kelly and Chandel were hanging out at Chandel's house and they spilled a whole thing of glitter and they Marco Polo'd me to freak me out while they were cleaning it up. They were like, this would freak Trey out so bad. Yeah, I just don't like it. That's okay. That's all right. There's plenty of things that are not glittery. I love that there's this person, I don't know who this is, Mark22 keeps asking to join my video. I'm gonna have to say no, bro. But the glitter is not a thing. Now I can take some shimmer. Like some shimmer is okay. But like, yeah, so you don't like puffy stickers? I can get down with that. I'm not a huge fan. But yeah, there's definitely things that I'm like, yeah, can't do it. What do you do when your kids lose teeth? I lost what was happening. Oh my gosh. Oh, Jody's in the house. So yeah, there's just a little bit of, the need to like constantly try new things, but I just feel like there's also a place for sticking with what works. And you're right. You're absolutely right. They totally curl up. They don't have a ton of stick on them. And when I have used them, I have, like added extra like adhesive behind it, whether it's like a score tape or, you FaceTime with her because teeth freak her out. Oh my gosh. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. I know, Jen. I know. I'm just rolling my eyes. It's all good. Because I have no idea how to kick people out of here, so I don't know. What was I saying? Encouragement to stick with what works. Because that is going to get you, like, to your... I know. That's going to definitely get you to your... Not your goal of, like, being caught up or finished, but... I feel like you have less to think about when you are, when you know what you're doing, when you know what your plan is. You don't have to think about something new every single time. So it's just very, if anybody knows like how to kick somebody out, like I don't know. I have no idea. I guess Mark's just hanging out with us and being a total creeper. So I don't know, like it is what it is. There is nothing wrong with doing the same layout over and over and over. Like, have you seen Unpocket Pages? Let me show you a little thing. It's the same format every single time. The same format every time. I literally don't have to think of something new every time. What I get to do is I get to play with color and I get to find fun things that match. And that to me is what makes crafting super fun. Now, look, I've got Unpocket Pages, right? Everything's an Unpocket Page in my book. So, but look what I did over here. I still keep things in a grid like situation, but I didn't, like, here's a card right here. Oh, hi, bud. What are you doing?
Special guest.
Marshall's here.
I'm not really. I'm just grabbing a screwdriver.
Oh. Okay.
Special guest is leaving.
You'll have to explain that later. I don't know why he's grabbing a screwdriver. But like you still have the areas, right? But you don't have to use a card. You could just use like die cuts and make like a little cluster. I like to do that a lot. Let me find a situation that I did that where I still kept with the grid, like right here. I'm going to show off Kelly's, I'll tell him you said hi. Kelly's Scout printables. But like this one up here, it's just a cluster of die cuts. So, but it's still the grid, like it still totally fits. And then look, it's one big die cut cluster. It's super fun, right? So like, I know that I get to do the most fun parts because I'm not having to search for a layout online and like go, okay, well, I have 2 photos. So what layout's going to work really well with these 2 photos? I also don't have to think very hard about what sizes. We talked about this in the last live that I did last Friday, which was be consistent with your photo sizes so that you are not having to deal with like, well, what size am I going to print today? What size does this need to be? What size does this need to be? And then you get overwhelmed and you get behind. So for me, I print in 2 sizes only, and then I know where they belong because of the size, and I just work around whatever size that is. Now, I don't know if you saw this on my feed, but Jessica Upton did a format like this where she actually is doing these like thinner sections, and I'm all about this now. I am all about this because I can fit more, and I'm just printing my photos in a smaller format, but I'm using a template like how I print my photos. The template just has like a longer like white space, like a Polaroid. It's like a long Polaroid, but you can get way more pattern papers in with this format, way more photos. And then it's just, again, I don't have to think about it. I just get to decorate and play with color. You know what I mean? So like whatever is comfortable for you, what you feel like is like your style. And I know sometimes you might be stuck and you might not even know what your style is. I would encourage you to go back to your own layouts and pick like 3 layouts that you absolutely love, and then continue to scrap lift yourself. Like it is, Kyrie, it's more unique. It's like the same thing where I'm still working in my little, grid format, but for me, it's just it's slightly different. You know what I mean? Which makes it just a little bit more, just a little bit more inspiring, a little bit more exciting. Ramona, did I already mention photo paper? I haven't mentioned photo paper, but this is what I use. I use the Canon Premium Matte Photo Paper. Ooh, my bad. And it's really, really nice. I like the matte. The reason why I used to use gloss, like a semi-gloss. And the reason why I switched to matte, is because I don't like the shine when I'm trying to take pictures of them, to be honest. And all of my printables are all matte as well. So to me, it didn't make sense that like my photos were glossy and all of my printables were matte. So to me, it just made sense. But also, I can stamp really easily on my photos because they're not slick. and I can stamp on them with ink other than a StazOn. So that is another. This binder is from Citrus Twist. So Citrus Twist had started making Life Crafted albums, which is a TN size. So it's like this size right here. And they just started coming out with 6x8s. So it's got that same linen, and they have a lot of really super fun colors. And I had stopped using the Life Crafted albums because I just don't scrapbook in that size anymore. So when they came up with the 6x8s, I was like, ooh, I can get myself back into rings. And that was really awesome. I feel like there was a question. Oh yeah, you switched to 3x4s at persnickety or the squares. Exactly. It just makes a lot of sense to have consistency. And then that way you're doing a lot less math. You're doing a lot less thinking. Yeah, exactly, Jody. It's very clean. It keeps everything like, even when you spill over, like I have, like this is a good one. Even when things spill over, like right here, this spilled over into the other one. It's very cool. Like it still feels very put together. I feel like this style is like, kind of like me in a nutshell. It's like put together, but with quirks. I don't know. I didn't really think this through. I'm just like coming up with this on the fly. Yes, it's very clean. I know, Carly, that photo paper is the best photo paper that I've ever used. And during like the late part of the pandemic, paper was very hard to come by, and I got real nervous, and I did find a place because it was not on Amazon, and I found another place, and I ordered like 5 of them. And I think I have like still 1 or 2 of these left. And I print, when I print on full page. I don't cut this apart. These are 8.5 by 11. I print, my templates are 8.5 by 11. I don't have any that I have not cut up, so I don't have an example to show you. Maybe next time I print my photos, before I trim them, I'll take a picture, because my templates, I just trim them out. You're welcome, Ramona. I hope that helped. Oh, you just ordered the green one? Oh my gosh, it's so good. I also have the yellow. It's very, very pretty. It's gonna be next, because this one's getting very full too. So like once I switch, like, okay, look, how cute is this? This is gonna be like, probably gonna fit 3 months, because this, I switched over to this format in March. So it's March, April, May. Ooh, hold on, that's FedEx. Stay with me, don't leave. I'm gonna take you guys with me because you still have your own headset. And Charlie didn't open the door. Hello. Thank you so much. Thanks. Have a good day. I'm back. I just have to text my husband that his thing is here. He ordered a computer. So it's here. And you know what also came? My issue 25 stamps. Yes. Okay, let me text him real quick. I hope you guys don't mind. Okay. So, but seriously, how cute is this? Like, this is gonna be probably June, July, and August is probably going to be what gets held in here. I love the width. These 6x8s are like really, really good size. They hold so much. And I'm being very weird about my pages. I'm not actually doing them back to back. Like I'm taking and not creating on the back side of anything. I'm creating new pages on brand new pages, if that makes sense. And I'm gonna glue the backs together. It's already here. I got it. It's on the table. Oh, when I said come get it, I guess that you thought that I meant go outside and get it. I already got it. I signed for it and everything.
Well, it's actually open. You meant something else.
Okay. I'm on a live here. Anyway, I just feel like it has a ton of room. And if you didn't want to double back your pages, you could probably fit a ton more in here. But I love this because this is kind of the place where I can add chunk. I can add acrylic pieces and thicker things. Like, I feel like I can't do that very well in the notebook because I can't take these pages apart. And then when I'm creating with an open book, I don't like the kind of like the wobbliness and the unevenness. It's hard to stamp. It's hard for things to lay flat. So I tend to keep this with like more flat supplies. And it's not like I make that a rule, because like this page right here is, I've got all this chunk right here, which is totally fine. It works. It works. Yeah, but the Life Crafted albums that are the TN size, like if you scrapbook in TN size, like it is so cool because they come with a lot of different page protectors. It's very cool. Is that going to be my new bio? Kelly, what did I say? What did I say? Put together with quirks. Is that what I said? Yeah. With the pages with no pictures. I mean, I love doing that. You don't need a picture to tell a story. You really don't. I do that a lot. I have a lot of photoless pages, and I love just working with color. I think we talked last time too about warm-up crafts and how you don't really need pictures. You don't really need stories for things like that. You could easily just play with color and match colors together and see what works. So I know Judy was super cute. It was a score. I was so happy to find this one. Very important delivery. I got my stamps too. So Matt's very excited over there. He ordered his computer like in March and he's just now getting it. He's been waiting patiently. Actually, he's been waiting very impatiently. Let me be honest.
Oh, look at this.
Let me be honest with you.
Look. Would you just look at it?
They're saying you're awesome.
Oh my God.
You're the queen of forgot to take a pic. I know, see, and that's okay. You know what would be cool is like you use a little card and you could just have a little thing that says, photo should be here. Not pictured. Photo missing. Here's the story. It's all good. I am so excited about the stamps, and you guys already saw them, so it's nothing exciting. I'm not going to go over there and open them, but you know, you've already seen them. But yeah, I'm excited. Computer and stamps is a very good delivery day. I agree. And in the mail today is my full powder. If you guys saw me post about Adele Natural Cosmetics on my stories earlier this week, was it Monday maybe that I posted about that? I had ordered samples of their powder foundation, and because so that you can pick your color, you know. And so I got the samples. I figured out what the shade matched best, and then I ordered like the full powder. So that's actually in the mail today, and that's gonna be nice because I just ran out of the sample just today, because I put makeup on every single day this week. Every single day. Well, that's all I had really to talk about, was just like crafty plans and making sure that you guys were here to hang out with me for a little bit. Yeah, I just want to touch base and let you know what was going on a little bit. So you guys have any other questions for me based on the things that we talked about? I'd be happy to answer. Otherwise, I'm gonna go and open my stamps and be very excited for Matt that he got his computer. Even though he's not really going to be able to use it for a while because he has to transfer everything over. Yes, Sandy, no skating today because it's way too hot, but I'm hoping to get out tomorrow morning early before it gets too crazy. Oh, you just showed up, Dee. Oh my goodness, girl. Yeah, you're going to have to catch up. Thanks for joining, Kyrie. I appreciate you being here. Do I still have a decent stock of the lower? About a handful. I think I'm looking at about 5, I think. So, but whatever is in the shop is accurate because there's a couple that I'm sending with their subs. So technically a couple of those are spoken for. But whatever's in the shop, neither of them have technically sold out. So you are good. You are good to go. Okay, girls. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, I will make sure that this gets posted so you guys can watch the replay. Yeah, girl, you better go put your order in. I shipped out orders yesterday. And then I shipped out more orders this morning. So, you know, when orders come in, I get them out pretty fast. And, you know, everything's here, so it doesn't take me long. Yeah, it was good to see you guys. Well, I mean, I didn't really see you guys, but, and then, hey, you know, everybody can just say hi to Mark for me, and yeah. If you were here earlier, Matt's looking at me. We had a creeper. Who kept asking to join my live, and some dude named Mark22W, and
What if it's some dude?
Oh.
What if it's some dude?
No.
Who likes crafting?
Nope, it absolutely was not, because they were telling him, like, dude, you're barking up the wrong tree, and he was like, I can't help it. Like, he was being a total creeper on purpose, so.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, I know the feeling.
All right, I love you girls. I'll see you soon. Bye.